Twitch, YouTube, hello, welcome to another stream. My name's Corrupted2108. This is the Going Ham Hot Lap. And for Vapid Truck Week, day number 3, I understand it is a Thursday. Day 3 would have been Wednesday. I had a friend of mine over yesterday, and I could not get the hot lap done. That being said, we're doing day 3's hot lap in the morning on a Thursday, and we'll be doing day 4's hot lap later on tonight. This is continuation of Vapid Truck Week. Hey, Gil, what's going on, buddy? This is a continuation of Vapid Truck Week with another excessively slow vehicle. That being said, we're driving this monstrosity. This is the Vapid Gauntlet. Oh no, you're at work. Well, at least you're getting paid. I forgot to change the license plate. So, I forget when this truck was actually added into GTA Online. It wasn't originally packed in. However, as you might have surmised, this is a gigantic truck. And actually, I think it might be a little faster than the Sand King. There you go. See, I can get behind that. What? watching me play for a paycheck. You know what? I can get behind that. I'm all about that. So. How you been otherwise, Gil? Yeah, it's good. Oh, nice. A friend of mine's been playing that. She'd been enjoying it too. Is Metroid Prime 4 on Switch 1 or Switch 2, or just on Switch 2? My understanding it was only on Switch 2 because that was a newest one out. Oh, both. Okay. I'll eventually pick up a Switch 2, but as for right now, I barely play my Switch my Switch as it is, so. The only thing I typically do with my Switch is play the classic NES games. Truth be told, I mainly want the Switch 2 for Mario Kart. Okay. Yeah, I don't blame you there. I mean, I think it'll be a while before they stop supporting the original Switch. In fact, I think they just announced, or at least I saw it on GameSpot, that March, I think, is when Netflix stops supporting the PlayStation 3 and I believe Xbox 360 with their app. So you won't be able to get the like the streaming service for Netflix on those consoles anymore. Yeah, but that wasn't right away. They still had 3DS support for a while. I mean, if you've got nothing else, I mean, there are times where I'm streaming, YouTube off my phone. But I mean, if you got nothing else to use at the time, I'm sure Netflix works on any phone, or just about any phone anymore. But I mean, for the 360 and the Xbox, the Xbox 360 and PlayStation 3, god damn it, the for them to finally stop streaming support to those consoles, it's taken an awful long time, and there's, Microsoft and PlayStation have stopped supporting the PlayStation 3 and 360 halfway through the lifespan of the Xbox One and PS4. So it's all a matter of time, really. But for Nintendo's sake, I think they continue support, whether it be the online store or actual games, for a few years after the new console comes out. So acceleration-wise, this truck is a little bit faster than the Sand King, I think. Probably due to the fact that it is technically a diesel. And probably, more likely a turbo diesel at that. So it's got a lot more power. But in reality, it would be a lot heavier of a truck. So it'd be, the top speed is probably sitting around. I mean, even fully modded, it's probably sitting around maybe just under 100 miles an hour. Seeing how we're pretty much... we're topping out at about 103. So, that being said, not the fastest vehicle on the planet, but I believe this is a 6-person vehicle, 4-door with 4-door passenger, 4 doors, 4 passengers inside, as well as 2 hanging out on the little black boxes in the back of the bed there. So, oh yeah. Yeah. This is definitely a statement vehicle, only it's the wrong statement. A person that drives this vehicle in real life has the nickname Tiny. Yeah, and then there are other people that hang truck nuts off the tow hitch just for a laugh. One would hope. Oh, jeez. Okay. Taking an OSHA course. Okay. Well, good luck on it. Hopefully, it's not a complete snooze fest. Although the one I took to be forklift certified through OSHA was what was it, 4 hours of life I'm never gonna have back. Yeah, yeah. I'm seeing the emojis. Missing a headlight. Okay. Oh yeah, caffeine's essential with some of the online courses, especially if like if it's all like reading, it's like, oh, forget it, I'm cooked. Well, if this race then ends like the previous two, um, for the Sand King and Sand King XL, probably gonna have about a 43-minute finish. Anything longer than that's gonna be crazy. But at least after the Guardian here, the trucks should start getting faster. I would hope. I know the one I'm planning for the end of the week to end. Yeah, I know. The one that's planned for the end of the week to end Vapid Truck Week is an HSW vehicle, which that'll be a lot faster. I don't know how much faster, but a lot faster comparative to the trucks that are in the lineup. No, so the Sand King and Sand King XL are some of the first vehicles that were in the game, like packed in originally. One being a crew cab, and the other one being just a standard wheelbase model. But they were the first two like lifted pickup trucks in the game. And you could actually for I think the story mode, you can actually find like ones that are already like somewhat custom built, which if you turn around and sold those in the story mode, you could actually get quite a bit of money for them. Just because like they had like fancy paint and all that other stuff. You can't mod the golf cart. However, you can mod a go-kart. They actually do have a go-kart in-game. They got two variants of it. They have the classic and the modern version. Which they've not been run on the hot lap, but I'm sure that'll take at least an hour, if not more, to do. But that would be like, that would definitely be something to consider running, especially like maybe as a last trip around before GTA 6 comes out. Although they've said Rockstar Games' parent company, Take-Two, actually had their earnings call this past Tuesday. And they have said that as long as the player base continues to support GTA 5's online, they are still going to have 2 updates per year for it, which I don't know why. I don't know why they would do that, seeing how I'm sure what their plan is for GTA 6's online component is going to be, like, I'm sure so much bigger, seeing how the map itself is was it 2.5 times bigger than GTA 5? No, they said that GTA 6 will be coming out November 19th of this year, and that the marketing is going to start somewhere between May and June. So I would think more June, July, because they said summer, but they're pretty firm on that release date right now. If and if they decide that the game needs quote unquote more polish, well, so last year when they delayed it in May, it was May 2nd of May 1st or May 2nd of last year, when they had released a thing saying that, hey, it's not coming out in 2025, it'll be coming out May 26. There were a bunch of people that were all for the idea and all gung-ho on it, and I kind of sat there and I was like, that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. May 26, 26. And I looked at the calendar, and I'm sitting there thinking to myself, that's not, that doesn't make a whole, that doesn't work. May 26 is a Thursday. Like, why would they do that? Or I believe it's a Thursday. And games are normally released either on a Tuesday or a Friday. Rare occasions are they released on any other business day, that being Monday through Friday. So I felt a little odd with that announcement. And by the time November came, they were sitting there going, okay, November 19th, 2026, that'll be the release date. And of course the fan base were all up in arms and everything like that, and I'm like, okay, well, the 19th a Tuesday, like, it works. It's you can have if you're doing physical copy games, or I don't know why you'd buy a physical copy game anymore, unless just to have it. But because I mean, GameStop or anybody else they don't even do midnight launches anymore, especially since COVID. But the the whole thing of it is, like, are you gonna do a midnight launch for it, whether it be digitally or otherwise? It's gonna be, it's definitely going to be a massive event for GTA 6, because it's one of the it's one of the highly anticipated games of this year. Like, people take off work for this game. I may or may not be doing the same. I'd never camp out for a game. I never camped out for a game. However, I've done midnight launches. I've gone to GameStop for their event for midnight. They're depending on the GameStop. Like, when I worked for GameStop, the events were not like huge, but they were pretty solid events. And it's not a very big undertaking to have a midnight launch at a game store. It makes a lot of sense. But like, when I got my Xbox One, they had a midnight launch for that. When the original when GTA 5 first came out for the 360, they did a midnight launch for that. I was working for GameStop when Halo 3 launched, and we did a midnight release for that. Oh no, that anymore. It's if you're not getting like the top of the top tier game, the incentives really aren't that good. But I wouldn't go for like the tangibles, like 2.5-foot statue, or the whatever else. I mean, I didn't do the midnight launch. I didn't go to the midnight launch for Dishonored 2. I did, however, go for Saints Row 4. And I did get the top tier collector's edition, only because it was super gag gifty. And of course, Saints Row as a game itself is a knock on Grand Theft Auto. And for what it's worth, it was a very well done knock on Grand Theft Auto, except for the latest Saints Row. But I more or less either will get like the deluxe edition, where it'll come with the season pass for DLC, or just what. But the art, you're right, the art books and shit were very well done. You got to look at how like the storyboards and shit were made. They were awesome. I have the art book for BioShock, and I also have the record from BioShock 2. Like you could actually like play the composed music off the record with a record player. I have the mask from Dishonored 2. I have the little 6 or 7 inch statue or like figurine of the Big Daddy from BioShock 1. I have a Batarang from Batman Arkham Asylum. I've got the art book from Arkham Knight. And that's really it. I have Pandora's Box from God of War 3. That was on the PlayStation 3. And then I have the collector's edition of Gears of War 2 and 3, which that was really nothing. That was a set of COG tags and a medallion. Yeah, but there are online retailers still like Merchoid, that do a lot of the gaming stuff. It's just that, but with it being an online retailer, the prices are scaled a lot higher. But for that, it's just oh, that 19. Okay. Oh. Oh, okay. I know a lot of the online retailers that do more like gaming themed clothing are super fucking expensive. I mean, even like t-shirts and shit that like you would think to be like, okay, it'd be like $15, $20, $25 at most, or like $60. It's like, that's extraordinary amount of money for a t-shirt. That's true, yeah. And I mean, that's definitely due to fucking inflation and shit. I'm sure cost for materials is a bitch for most designers and shit now. I was looking at I forget what site it was on, but I was looking at picking up a like authentically made or authentically themed Doom the Dark Ages t-shirt, but they wanted like $75 for it, and I was like, no, I'm not doing that. Fuck that. Like, I love the game, don't get me wrong, but I'm not spending. Oh, I thought I could clear that car. Famous Clam Bar sells jars of sauce for $11. Wow. Yeah, thanks. I'm actually surprised I didn't uh, do more damage to the truck. That's what you get for turning last minute. Emmons Ave and Brooklyn. Oh, okay. To be perfectly honest, I'm not too familiar with parts of Brooklyn, so. Been there, I think, twice my entire life. Sheephead's Bay, okay. Ah, okay. That makes sense. Really, the only time when if I'm going to New York for anything, I am normally going to I take the train into Penn Station and I walk wherever I got to go from there. But I mean, typically the only time I'm in New York is for the New York City Auto Show. But that's only when I'm doing research, when I'm trying to buy a new car. Oh, I love roast beef. It's great. It's probably like my favorite sandwich. But needs gas. Okay. I'll look into it. Brandon Carr Avenue. Okay, so I was wrong on this finish time. We're going to be finishing just under 40 minutes. Which is impressive for a truck like this. $3948.854. And on my screen before it cut to finish, I cleared that whatever I hit. So that'll do it for the hot lap. I will be back later on tonight with actual day 4. But until then, I will catch you all next time. Thank you very much for joining. Gil, have fun with that OSHA training. Don't fall asleep. But yep, I'll catch you guys next time. Thank you very much for joining.